starting at a higher angle is going to make this easier. So if you've never done this before, I'd recommend starting somewhere between 30 and 45 degrees and putting your leg on the bench like this with the shin parallel to the bench and getting into this by straightening that back leg until you feel a stretch on those hip flexors. From here, you can use your hands and bend forward this way towards your shin. You can bend towards your foot as well, and you can also bend towards your knee. You're going to feel a stretch in slightly different areas, but also in that same outer glute region. If you set this lower, it's going to be a lot harder. So you come in from this side, like the same angle, make sure that this front shin is parallel, and we want to come in and put our chest to our shin, get our head to our foot, use our chest to get to our knee. The idea here is we're trying to eventually not use our hands. Our hands are just here if you're a beginner and you've never held your own body weight up using these muscles. For the first sets, what I would like you to do though is just hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. Again, you can use your hands for support, but your target is to be able to hold yourself up for 30 seconds at least, both sides. The second set, I would like for you to pulse up and down. So just kind of bounce up and down to feel out a stretch in those outer glute muscles. Think about pushing yourself up, pushing the knee and the foot down into the bench to lift yourself up. And then finally, for the third set, I would like for you to good morning in forwards, good morning in to the side, toward your foot, and then good morning in towards your knee. You can do all three areas, and it's going to feel slightly different when you do those three motions, but I want you to do that 20 times. So you do 30 seconds for the first set, 20 pulses for the second set, and 20 good mornings for the third set. I would like for you to do that 1 to 3 times a week. You can do it after your leg day, ideally after you've gotten blood into the hips to allow you to stretch that area a little bit more gently. Most people can passively relax in this position, but they cannot hold themselves up and use the strength of those muscles to actively contract in this lengthened position. This one was really important to me because when I was suffering from an L4, L5, S1 disc injury, I didn't know that my hip rotators were super tight. I had trouble as a kid sitting in cross-legged positions, and because of that, the muscles on my glutes got very tight and made it very difficult to rotate my hip in the correct manner, which leads to more strain on the lower back. This allowed me to get into those muscles and not only just stretch them, but to strengthen them in a stretch position, which has been proven for actually maintaining that length instead of just tightening back up. And those for suffering with sciatica like I did, the most important thing was to stretch and strengthen my hip flexors, which I covered in part 1, and then doing this right after to lengthen that area because the sciatic nerve runs right underneath the piriformis muscle, the area we're trying to stretch. And so that can often provide relief to the sciatica. And in the long term, because we're actually strengthening that area and maintaining that length. If this has helped you, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, just write me a message.